Let me ask you a question. And I want you to be super honest with yourself because we as women have a million thoughts going through our mind every single day. There are so many things that we need to be decisive about. What lunch to make for the kids, what housework has got to be done in the house, what cinema film we're going to see, what's for dinner, what client calls do we have to do? And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And in those moments, we need to make decisions. We need to make choices. We need to make decisions that not only allow us to feel assured that everything is going to be all okay, but most importantly, we don't feel overwhelmed by it. So now I'm going to ask you a question. When was the last time you made a decision without having to review it and question yourself 100 times over? When was the last time someone asked for your help and actually meant it? I'm Kaur Evans and welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe for my weekly series, the Authority series, where I share with you powerful stories, powerful transformations, and powerful moments for you to be able to build your relationship with the Father without need of religion or New Age. See, every single year, I would be adamant that I would be in charge, I would be in control, I know exactly what it is I'm going to be doing. I would set intentions, I'd write my goals down, and I would push and I would build and I would achieve, and then all of a sudden my body would stop. I would feel tired. I'd get sick. I'd get poorly. And I'd be like, oh, why has everything stopped? What did I do wrong? And the only reason that kind of tiredness, that exhaustion, that physical reality hits you is because your mind is going a million miles per hour and your body cannot keep up. This is what people call misalignment. And I know back in 2024, just after my granddad had passed, I would wake up every day in a state of anxiety. I was tired, trying to figure it out, trying to work out why my business wasn't going to where it was before my granddad passed. I was trying to do everything and be available for everyone and be there for the kids. And all I ended up doing was crying. Why am I crying? Why am I stressed? Why am I exhausted all the time? And it's because I didn't want to stop being present. I didn't want to stop being available because I thought if I'm not available, if I'm not seen, then people are not going to take me seriously. And so the father's like, well, you know what? You are gonna need to rest. So how about you just have a little bit of chronic fatigue so then you can understand what that's like because you've had it before, and then you see what it is that's holding you together. Because right about now you are holding a thin skin. And in that moment, I realized that as much as I'd had chronic fatigue before, and yes, my body was exhausted from trying to figure everything out, and I was tired because I wasn't fully allowing myself to feel the grief that I was going through, it wasn't just a physical problem, it was a pattern. And that pattern was the self-reliant. I have to do everything and everything by myself. I don't need no help. I've got control. I can do it. It's on me. And it's okay to want to provide for others, but it's also very risky if you can only depend on yourself and you can't depend on other people. We're not supposed to be sheltered and secluded from other people. And I know there is a saying where people go, oh, if you want something done right, just do it yourself. Funny enough, I had this really bad tendency to ask my kids for help to do something. I don't know, make the sofas. And before I finish the sentence, I've already made the sofas. And my kids would go, Mum, why'd you bother asking us if you're going to do it yourself? And in Psalm 127, verse 1, it says, except the Lord builds a house, they labor in vain that built it. So, labor in vain doesn't mean that you've done it badly or you're doing it lazily. It just means that you're empty. You're not thinking about your spiritual authority. You're exhausted because you're building from your own strength instead of allowing His to come through. And when your human strength runs out, your physical body is going to feel like you've failed, but you have not failed. That is designed because you were never meant to carry it alone. You were never meant to do this alone. And I thought I could do it all by myself and not ask for any help. And if I did, I'd feel like people would judge me and I was doing everything wrong. But when you are self-reliant, when you feel like you have to do it all in yourself, even if there's help in front of you, people will think that you have got everything put together because I know people thought that about me. Because when I crumbled, when that grief hit, there was no one there that could hold me. And I didn't know where to go. I never experienced that level of grief, that heartache, that physical pain before. And so the self-reliant woman, you've got a plan, you've got a strategy, you've got a structure, you've got a system, and you can most do it all by yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, there are many things that I do in my business, but with the way tech is and me being so tech savvy, I don't even need to do anything anymore. It just gets done for me. But for the person who doesn't see from the outside and only sees from the inside, her mind is never stopping. She's constantly running calculations, constantly trying to figure out what if this goes wrong? What if it doesn't work out? What if they let me down? What if I trust and it costs me? And you're constantly analyzing, and it's just like, oh, you've got to learn to rest. And you're only analyzing because you haven't allowed yourself to feel the certain level of certainty that everything you have is okay. And that everything that you've got is going to lead you to where you want to be. And so you keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking some more and thinking. And then your body goes, oh my God, I can't think no more. When you are constantly in your head trying to resolve things on your own, what that happens is you block your heart. Our heart is what is so important when it comes to building a relationship with the Father, but most importantly, learning to have sacred boundaries when it comes to growing an empire, especially a kingdom-led one. This pattern not only blocks your heart, but it blocks you being able to truthfully say, I want connection. Like, for example, a woman said that, why is it that a lot of churches are not having a lot of people going into it? But you don't need to go to church to have a relationship with the Father. You can have a relationship with the Father whenever you want, not just on Sundays. And so if the Father wants trust from you, you also want trust from Him. And so therefore you stopped believing and strengthening your faith because you feel like you're going to get let down because of what man had said. You want to open up, but something is holding that gate. It's blocking you. It's stopping you. Some people think you're cold. Some people think you're just resilient. Some people think you're stush. That's what I used to get told because I never smiled. But the one scripture that I said to myself in 24, and I said, this is my scripture for the year. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I don't know if you really understand the power of that. It's not saying don't think for yourself. It's not saying be thick. It's not saying be airy-fairy. It's not saying wait for a sign. It's a direct instruction to the self-reliant woman to not lean on yourself all the time. Don't lean on your weakness. Don't lean on your laziness. Don't lean on your own understanding. Don't lean on you, full stop, because your understanding is actually really clear and strong. You are not lazy. You can do it. We know that. You are not weak. We know that you can do it. But you also don't have to keep figuring out for yourself because there's going to be a time where you're going to say, "Do you know what, Father? I'm done. I need your help." Your intelligence is real. And God's saying you can submit to Him and He will do the thinking for you. And when He does the thinking for you, your spiritual authority is going to set up self alert and you're going to be like, oh, here we go. Oh, clarity. Oh, peace. Oh, help. Oh, systems. Oh, let go. Oh, heart. Because your body is keeping track of everything. And this is one of the key reasons why most people crash and burn. You crash and burn because when you have that interference pattern and you're constantly deciding and deciding and deciding and thinking and thinking and thinking, it affects your entire body. And your body is carrying your spirit. And if you are consumed with noise and trying to do everything yourself, well, how are you going to hear the Father? How are you going to connect to your spiritual authority? And when you've been carrying this for so long, all by yourself, it can be difficult to open up and say, Hi, I need help. And one of the things that I realized is that there'll be clear signals in your body that tells you got to take care of your health. And for me, it was headaches. Oh, these headaches would drive me crazy. I'd pull my neck and I'd done this. And I was like, I can't cope with these anymore. It's because my mind was just exhausted. But I thank God it was nothing serious. And so it's okay for you to rest. It's okay for you to take your foot off the gas because rest is not a reward for being exhausted. Rest is an invitation to open up your connection with the Father. This is what true surrender really means. Surrender everything to the Father. And some people say, well, it's easy for you. And people think surrender sounds like stopping, like giving up. It's like handing something over, but that's not what it is. Surrender is giving up control. Surrender is trying to do it all by yourself. Surrender is giving up the illusion that the control was yours to begin with. They say that if you want to make God laugh, you tell him your plan. I thought that was hilarious, and I heard that so many times. So when you surrender, the decisions start to become more clearer and concise because you're not consumed with the noise of this world. Instead of the decisions running around in circles, running you in circles and running circles around you, it affects your finances, your systems, your relationships. It affects you. But when you actually do it, when you do surrender, that mind becomes quiet, not empty, it becomes calm. You get to sleep well. Unless you're perimenopausal, then you're going to have a little bit of support like I am doing right now. Because in returning and rest, you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Quietness and trust will be your strength when you go into stillness and calmness, not being self-sufficient and constantly stuck in structures and systems. Quietness, trust, depth, faith. That's the shift the self-reliant woman needs. Because you're not supposed to be carrying all of this on your own. And when your mind is quiet, the body's going to follow. And this is not a wellness trend. This is kingdom order. It's one of the key reasons why I had to give up certain habits that were holding me back. My mind feels more calmer, my body feels stronger, and I'm waking up earlier, sleeping better. The self-reliant woman not only needs to stop thinking, but you got to stop thinking that you're on your own. You're not alone. You really are not. So cast your burdens upon the Lord and he shall sustain you. Cast it, let it go, not like a spell. Just get it out of you. Just say, Father, I'm stuck. I can't do this anymore. I surrender to you. Help me to know what it is that I need to do. Because it doesn't have to be dramatic, but if you do cast it and you let it out, your heart begins to open. The thoughts will stop. The body will not break down all the time. And when you break that cycle, you not only know the pattern that's been interfering with your signal, your body stops paying the price and you stop getting exhausted and burn out. Because your health is your wealth. That's the number one thing everybody needs to know here on this planet. I have a diagnostic where when you take this, and if you are the self-reliant, it will allow you to know exactly how this interference is affecting you specifically in your whole entire life. The link is below because when the pattern is named, the mind is going to rest and your body's going to follow. But don't wait for burnout. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding because the Father's got you and he will sustain you. You just have to have faith.